3 News Now this week.
2 are dead and 2 more are in critical condition after a house exploded this morning. Fire, police, and rescue units were called to 51st and L Street at 8:15 after neighbors heard what they thought was a bomb.
I heard a very loud explosion. It sounded almost like something was bombed. And I flew out of the house thinking it was my house.
Omaha Fire Department has not found the cause of the explosion just yet. They're combing through all the debris to put the pieces together.
There's just so many variables to tell right now. That's why we have to investigate it, kind of piece it together to see exactly what it was that made that house explode. As you can see, that explosion was pretty big. It leveled the house.
It was just yesterday that the homeowner, Teresa Toledo, filed a protection order against her own grandson, Alexander Toledo. She claims in the filing that he's on drugs. She wrote she needed him out of her house before he harmed her or destroyed the house. That order was granted Monday afternoon. Teresa and her daughter Angela, Alexander's mother, both died in the explosion. According to our news partners at the Omaha World Herald, Alexander was taken to a burn unit in Kansas City, and the other survivor was taken to the Nebraska Medical Center. The house is a complete loss. The 2 houses directly next door are both severely damaged by fire. One neighbor saw the flames and jumped into action. Jeff Mell ran towards the house and helped pull one man out.
I ran, yeah, exactly. I don't know, just snapped. I heard the screaming. I think that's more what prompted me into going. I don't know, just it was a horrifying scene, but I'm kind of glad that we got him out.
The fire department says it will be a lengthy investigation. In Omaha, Alyssa Curtis, 3 News Now.
In the court order, Teresa Toledo documented her grandson's criminal troubles. She said he spent 7 days in Cass County Jail for drug charges. The fire department said it will take quite some time to figure out how the explosion happened. We'll, of course, keep you updated as we learn more.
Now let's take a look at the coronavirus numbers in Nebraska. Data from the Douglas County Health Department shows this week that the positivity test rate was 30.2%. Douglas County is reporting 620 new COVID-19 cases, pushing the number of total positive cases past 43,000. There are no new deaths to report today, keeping the county's COVID-related deaths at 360. At the state level, Nebraska has a total of more than 138,000 positive cases and over 1,100 deaths. The state's 14-day positivity rate is 12.73%.
President of University of Nebraska Ted Carter announced Monday there will be in-person learning on the campuses of UNO, UNL, and UNK this coming spring. And those students that will be getting into the classrooms will also likely be getting tested more. Students in Lincoln are already finished with the fall semester. At UNO, the campus is quiet, with just a few students on campus for finals week. Part of the reason is many students are taking online classes. President Ted Carter says students should expect to be in classrooms come January.
I think we have an opportunity to do much less dedicated remote and more in person.
The key to that is testing. Carter said Monday while the plans are still being worked out, students and staff at the University of Nebraska in Lincoln will likely all be tested before returning for the spring semester.
We're talking about 25,000 students and a significant amount of faculty and staff.
At UNO, UNMC, and UNK, details are still murky, but the plan is to increase testing.
And that's to make sure that we are giving the message that we're going to be as safe as possible to bring our students back.
While many schools around the country and even in the Big Ten went full remote learning in the fall, Nebraska did not, something Governor Ricketts said school officials should be proud of.
There's a lot of schools who are not doing in-person classes. The fact that the University of Nebraska could have in-person classes, be able to take all the appropriate steps and have a very successful semester really speaks volumes about the preparation and the leadership of President Carter.
John Kipper, 3 News Now.
A Douglas County Department of Corrections inmate has died at the jail. Good evening, I'm Rudolph Sinaida. The cause of death has not yet been determined. 23-year-old Daniel Walton was booked on Saturday for charges of domestic violence assault, assault by strangulation, and possession of an unregistered firearm. At approximately 10 p.m. that same day, he was found unresponsive in his cell. Walton was taken to Nebraska Medicine, where he was pronounced dead. As per state law, a grand jury will be investigating the death. After almost a year of COVID-19, select Nebraskans could start getting vaccinated as soon as Monday. CHI Health CEO Dr. Cliff Robertson explains.
At this point, we are expecting to have vaccine maybe as early as this weekend, and would be planning on starting to vaccinate, staff as early as Monday.
And while we know CHI Health and Nebraska Medicine will be some of the first to get the vaccines, officials say the state will not be identifying which exact hospitals are getting the shipments of the around 16,000 initial vaccines.
Due to security considerations, we will not be giving out specific locations of these allocations. The Pfizer product will be going to 8 hospitals who will be supporting an additional 9 hospital systems with this initial product.
The state did, however, provide an update on who will be prioritized. The first to get the vaccine in Group 1A will be healthcare workers, long-term care residents, and staff. The next group includes first responders, those in education, food and agriculture, utilities, transportation, and correctional staff. Group 1C includes those 65 and older and other vulnerable populations. Pending approval, the vaccines will be shipped directly to hospitals in the coming days. Now the mission is for the general public to trust the vaccine enough to get it. With a 95% effectiveness rate, health officials hope that mission is not too difficult. Reporting in Omaha, Rudolph Sinaida, 3 News Now.
The state also said plans are changing quickly and they will keep the public updated as the first rounds of vaccines roll out. United Holdings Group, which operates Peach Pizzeria, has resolved labor violations at locations in Omaha and in Scottsdale, Arizona. The company paid more than $93,000 to 55 employees in back wages to resolve violations of overtime requirements under the Fair Labor Standards Act. It also paid a $2,000 penalty for a child labor violation. The Department of Labor says an investigation found the company employed 15-year-olds to work past 7 p.m. and more than 3 hours on school days. It adds that Pitch also failed to keep records of all the hours employees worked. Well, yesterday a house exploded off of 51st and L Street, leaving 2 dead and 2 more with critical injuries. 3 News Now reporter Alyssa Curtis went back to the scene today where neighbors are still cleaning up debris. Alyssa?
Omaha Fire Department has spent 2 days combing through this debris to figure out what happened. We do know the 2 people who died yesterday are the homeowner, Teresa Toledo, and her daughter, Angela Miller. I've talked to the neighbors, and while they say they didn't have a very close relationship to the Toledos, this incident has still left them heartbroken.
They're just neighbors. I wouldn't say just, because nobody is just. They're neighbors. They're part of this neighborhood, part of this street, and I think that's all. That's it. You don't have to be, I don't think you have to be friends, or you're in a neighborhood, you're in a community, you're here.
A community is left devastated. The explosion Tuesday morning shook the whole block.
I'm very sad. I'm very sad. It's like I said before, it's surreal, it's unbelievable, horrific.
When the blast went off, many of the neighbors jumped into action. They ran right to the house and helped pull out the survivors.
I didn't want to just let people burn up and not do anything. I mean, that would be horrible. So I really didn't even know what was going on. I just kind of ran over there.
They didn't even think twice about it.
Well, it's just a reaction. You want to see if everyone's all right and if anyone's hurt.
The community is now rallying around everyone that was affected. Nearby houses were impacted. Mary Leave's co-workers set up a GoFundMe page after finding out her house had suffered damage.
We're doing everything we can to just give her support and love and just listen.
Those who have donated just want to help.
In just not even an hour, people were donating and just were blowing us away about how much they were giving with everyone else's own financial burdens and stresses that they've been going through with COVID.
Still processing what happened, neighbors are sending well wishes.
I just, pray for those people.
This is Ren Eleanor, and that smile mixed with her big blue eyes and outfit changes have become quite the hit on TikTok. So much so that this little girl has a big following, nearly 4 million people to be exact.
I don't really think it's set in yet.
Ren's mother, Jacqueline, says she started the account as a way to save memories. Now that's changed, adding it's turned into a way to possibly save money.
We'll do like Ren tries different foods, and so when the companies reach out to us and want her to try foods, it's really nice because we already make videos like that. So we just record her. It's really easy.
One of Ren's more popular videos is of her trying flaming hot Cheetos, and Ren's reaction got her nearly 30 million views.
We get a lot of messages and comments telling us how much happiness they bring to their lives, or there's people that are parents and their children have grown up, and so they love getting to watch Ren because it brings back really good memories from when their kids were younger.
Although popular online, Ren is actually pretty shy, and it took a few minutes for her to warm up to her local news reporter.
What is it like to have 3.8 million followers on TikTok?
In fact, it took a little bribe to get her to come near me. And it wasn't until we said goodbye when this social media savvy 1-year-old decided to talk.
Okay, say bye.
In Omaha, Kent Lutzen, 3 News Now.